I'd like to join your posse, boys, but first I'm gonna sing a little song. There's a snake in my boot. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
What up, Roundup Gang? We are going to look at 2 custom Woodies. Let's bring them out now. Thank you. So here we have our matchup. Now over here on the left, this is my best, in my opinion, my best Medicom Woody Custom. Well, let's take a closer look here. This guy is equipped with a very wobbly head, a hat that is basically permanently on his head, although it can be taken off. I just don't want to. It's really hard to get back on. He is Gen 2 Metacom Woody. That is a soft and huggable head. And, well, that's kind of the basic setup. So we got Metacom Gen 2 soft and huggable head, ragdoll. No working pull string. And we have over here a Thinkway. Now this is, in my opinion, my best Thinkway Woody doll. It was actually my first. I've had to make some adjustments to him. So he is tailored down, slimmer. He has the head that my wife painted, so it does have the lines. He is equipped with a soft and huggable head, and there are some metal rods in here to give him some extra weight. He can flop a little, and he does have a working pull string, albeit nothing comes out. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to look at a few different categories on the differences between these Woodies, and you are going to decide which one you like better and which one wins the overall battle here. So without further ado,
ladies and gentlemen,
let's
get ready to rumble.
Yes. Let's get to it. Round 1. All right, so round 1, let's look at proportions. Now, Metacom Woody's kind of hard to beat because of the fact that his vest already comes with a very, very thin threading of the black and the white. It also is going to come a lot skinnier naturally. I did have to make some adjustments to this to make him more skinny than he actually was. He was a little wider. I kind of squished down his belt so that he'd have more of a cylinder torso. This one right here also has been adjusted. I can't show you how I adjusted it, but on the side here, under the vest, I actually pulled it together and I kind of pulled it together, and then I went ahead and sewed the side. And that hemmed him quite a bit. He lost a lot of weight here on the side of his stomach. And that does make him look skinnier profile, as he should. Woody is fairly skinny as a ragdoll. So let's look at them both from the front and from the side. So there are still some differences. He looks a little skinnier, and he has more of a full cylinder type shape to him. And that's round 1. You tell me who won that round. I have my own opinion, but let me know in the comments. Maybe keep track of all the rounds if you want, and then tell me who you think won each of these. Now, the second round, round 2, let's look at the materials that these two are made of. Now, over here, I don't know exactly what this is. This is a good material, though. It's some sort of cotton, I would imagine. It doesn't feel like polyester. But the biggest drawback of our friends over at Medicom is that these are not denim jeans. I mean, it could be maybe a type of extremely light denim, but to me, it does look like just a regular cotton fabric. Not very thick, but it looks the part. Definitely looks the part. Over here on Thinkway, these are real denim jeans, and while the Thinkway toys are hit and miss on how good the legs look, you have some, just because they're denim jeans, don't look so great. Maybe they're a little thick, maybe they're too skinny, And these are handmade and mass produced, so you're gonna see some variations. But overall, the denim material is just chef's kiss. You really can't get any better than that, because if Woody were a real toy made in the 50s, I'd imagine they'd use quality materials, because it's all they had before all the cheapy stuff started being implemented for increased profit margins. So that's the material difference. That is round 2. Now, on to round 3. Let's look at the heads. They're the same head, but you have one that is painted and one that is not painted. And, you know, honestly, the painting looks pretty slick. I could paint this one, but I'm used to how he looks so much that I'm just gonna go ahead and leave him as he is, because if the painting isn't absolutely perfect, I'm gonna be disappointed. And I don't even want to put myself in that position, because I have a little bit of OCD, but in customizing toys to be perfect, you kind of need a little OCD. So I'm just gonna leave him the way it is. This guy, I mean, absolutely fantastic paint job here by my wife. I've even gone ahead and modified the hat. So this is a Thinkway hat, but I went ahead and actually put a real leather cord through it, and I think it absolutely just improves the look of the hat, even with the 2 holes in the back. To me, at that point, not a big deal at all. What's really cool is that this leather band or cord is matching exactly the band on his hat, which is a real nice touch. Medicom, on the other hand, you know, the cord, it's nice. The hat is amazing quality. No holes, nothing. It's harder, it's heavier. But this, I think it's like a lace of some kind. It's not leather. And it doesn't really give it these loops. Woody's hat has little loops and gaps in between the cord and the hat, which this does not have. So I think you can kind of come to the conclusion on they're kind of split, in my opinion. So you tell me who has the best head and hat between these guys right here, and the best materials. Round 4, I think. Post-production will tell me. And let's look at color. So here are the 2 different colors. We got a little bit more vibrant, maybe you could say saturated coloring over here, which is very, very close to the movie. And then you have Thinkway. Now, it could just be because this thing is 10 years old, or I think actually 13 years old at this point. That's a lot of years. That this is just faded over time, which is like any real toy would get. Maybe a point for authenticity, I don't know. But looking at him in his current state, we have to think which one looks closer to the movie, and that's really what matters. Apparently in the movie, Woody can be 50, 60 years old and stay the exact same color. So unrealistic as it may be, this one seems to be more accurate. However, just because this is more accurate to his presentation in the movie, this also is more accurate in the sense that 13 years of play would naturally fade it all. So you tell me who wins this round. All right, the last round is going to be the overall presentation, floppiness, whatever you want to call it. But let's take a look. Let's get him out of here. And you know, hats may fall off. It's okay. It happens. So here we have both of the Woody dolls. Now, take a look how they look in hand. Which one do you feel looks more accurate to the movie on how Andy holds the toy and how it behaves in his hand? Over here on Metacom, you see he is as floppy as you can get. I made sure that the way I put his hat on means like every time he bounces, his head does wiggle. And these are very light bounces, mind you. So he is as ragdoll as can be. He does have the same metal rods that Woody has. I wouldn't say the exact same, because Medicom naturally comes with a stainless steel armature, all of which I keep inside of him. I just dismantle its connectivity so that I can sew through and he can be, you know, a floppy ragdoll. But this has a lot of weight to it. You can't tell on camera, but he feels premium, probably weighs a couple pounds. Like, he feels good. This guy over here, floppy, yes, but let's look at the differences. Head's a little bit more stiff as it's being kept on by a zip tie. This is not being kept on by a zip tie. This is kept on by a ball joint that I kept basically from Medicom. It's almost like he's anchored in. And if you've seen the 3-part video, you know how I did that. So he is floppy, but the zip tie itself limits it a little bit. Medicom's arms, full T-pose if you really want him to. So, you know, got all of that. The way Thinkway sews these is it's kind of meant to keep on his side. So his floppiness is going to be limited, but he does still swing his arms quite a bit because of the metal rods inside of his arm, which still means he is nice and floppy. So, difference in hand, here it is. Which one do you think in hand is going to have the win? You tell me below. Now remember, we're only comparing these two Woodies. If you want to use these two and compare to other customs you've seen out there, by all means you can, but really I'm just comparing my own customs that I've been able to work on. And last round, look at overall presentation, which we kind of did a little bit of that, but let's just look at them as a whole.
Here's taking one more look at these beautiful denim jeans and a close look at the body difference. Here is the head, painted, custom threading, non-painted head, and non-custom threading without the little loop and the gaps between the loops. There they are. And here is the body. Now we got to take a close look at this body because in the movie is very cylinder shaped, and Thinkway looks a little flat here if you ask me.
And that right there is going to conclude the battle of the Woodies, so to speak. My own customs. Metacom over here, Thinkway over here, in my opinion, are fantastic customs. I couldn't give one or the other away. I have to keep both because they're different and they have different aspects of Woody that is movie accurate. Maybe one more so on the looks, while others more so on the material. One has this, one has that, one has a pull string, one doesn't. In all fairness, though, I do have a Medicom Woody that not only has a working pull string, but has the exact Tom Hanks phrases. But it wouldn't be fair if I had two Medicoms battling against one Thinkway. They're outnumbered at that point. But anyway, consider all of that. Comment below which you like best, which you think represents the movie. And everyone might think functionality, movie accurate functionality. Some people prioritize movie accurate looks. Whatever it is to you, comment below which one you like the best, why you think it's the best. Like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.
I'd like to join your party, boys, but first I'm going to sing a little song. There's a snake in my boot. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
No, I sewed I'm messing up here, Don.